I felt betrayed.
They're trying to force you out.
Not only the coach, but the other 2 or 3 guys there around the club. If you don't have respect for me, I'm never gonna have respect for you.
The last interview that we made was honest, like always.
Pretty much everything you said in that interview were obviously true.
Manchester United right now, they don't have a structure.
There's a young Portuguese coach there now, Amarin. What do you make of him?
What are they gonna do? Miracles is impossible.
They can look at the Saudi league and say it's not as good.
Excuses.
But look at your record for Portugal.
Even in a bad year, I scored 25 goals. For me, it's more easy to score in Spain than score in Saudi. If you ask me, Cristiano, is a dream to win the World Cup? No, it's not a dream.
Really?
Cristiano will be the greatest if they win the World Cup. I'm not agree.
Well, I
win 3 titles for Portugal. The story of Portugal.
You lost one of your Portugal colleagues.
I cry a lot.
You didn't attend his funeral.
2 things.
Well, you haven't got married, and you're 40, right? You've managed to resist. I mean, come on.
I was given the ring, and my 2 girls coming. They say, "Daddy, you're gonna ask her to be married?" And I say, "Wow, it's the right moment to say yes."
Did she hesitate? Or?
Of course not.
You've told Gio you're not going to be too controversial.
I say, I promise that I'm going to be a good man.
You and Beckham, who gets the most attention?
Me, 100%.
I knew it.
I'm not normal. I'm perfecto.
Do you accept that you're only here because of me in that interview?
Probably.
Where's my card? Cristiano, how are you?
I'm good, my friend. And you?
I was thinking, I interview you like every 3 years, and in 3 years, an amazing amount of stuff happens in your life. Do you ever stop and think your life is like insane?
I never thought about that, but I have to agree with you. It's true. The last interview that we made was hard, honest, like always. This is what I pretend to do with my interviews, which is I don't do it a lot because of that, because less is more, as you say. But in this time, I promise I'm gonna be a good man.
You've told Gio you're not going to be too controversial.
I say because I share with her that I'm gonna give interview to you, and I say, I promise that I'm gonna be a good man.
Do you think you'll keep that promise?
Yes. Today, yes.
Okay, we'll see how you get on.
Let's see.
I love we're in Saudi Arabia, your home in Riyadh. I love your man cave here, but there's one problem. You know what it is? Where is the Arsenal shirt that I gave you?
I knew it.
I mean, where is it?
It's inside the...
Yeah? I mean, come on. You know, it still kills me. The revelation that you made last time, that you could have been an Arsenal player, that you met Arsene Wenger, you were going to come, it was all done, all agreed. And then, you know who I blame for this? John O'Shea. You know why I blame John O'Shea? Because Sporting Lisbon played Manchester United in a friendly, and you terrorised John O'Shea so badly that 4 of the United team went to Sir Alex Ferguson, their manager, and said, "Do not leave before you sign this kid." And he didn't leave, and he signed you that day. True story?
It's a true story. But it's, as I told you, Piers, the past is gone. It's part of the life. And honestly, when I look at Arsenal, I'm always looking not like a rival. Like, I was nearly there. So I'm not gonna say that I have a passion for the club, but when I look at Arsenal, I like the team. I liked when they win because of that story. But you know, I was the life. You know, I was the football. It's all about opportunities and moments, and this is what I see. And I took that opportunity. But to be honest, and you know that I'm never lie, or sometimes, sometimes I'm lie for a good ways, but I was nearly there in Arsenal, to be honest. But I think my story not will change a lot. Will be very similar.
It won't change for you, but it changed for me.
I don't think so, because Arsenal still continue a top team and win titles and everything, big players. So maybe Arsenal will be better, but not
what it could have
not
been.
too much.
Do you think we'll win the league this season, Arsenal, the top of the league?
Could be, it's possible. I think the Premier League, it's the level of the teams it's very, very similar. I mean, the top ones. But you know, the Premier League, it's always, you never know what's going to happen. It's very, very difficult league, very tough league. But Manchester not going to win the league for sure, because they have so many points behind right now. It's possible, yes, but I don't believe on that. Arsenal, probably.
Give me some hope here. Come on.
Yeah, it
I
can
need
be.
the big dog to give us the.
It's
yes.
possible. Let's see.
Let's see it come out of your lips. Yes, Arsenal can win the league.
Yes, Arsenal can win.
Thank you. I've got my soundbite.
It's possible.
You mentioned Manchester. You're probably talking about City, not United. Last time we spoke was a very different situation. You'd fallen out with the people at United. You wanted to leave. You did leave. Pretty much everything you said in that interview has been borne out by events. So even though it caused huge controversy, I don't think anyone can look back at that interview and say you weren't being completely honest and that the problems you identified were obviously true. There's not been much improvement. I mean, if anything, United have gone backwards since that interview. What is going wrong with United, do you think, and how can it get fixed?
Well, as you mentioned, good. For me, it's I'm sad because of the club, that one of the most important clubs in the world, and a club that I still have in my heart because of the obvious reasons. You have to follow with the intelligent people, smart people, to create a base for the future, as Manchester United have so many years ago. Nicky Butt, Carey's, Roy Keane's, Beckham's. They become a big players, but they had youth. So Manchester United right now, they don't have a structure. I hope that change in the future, present future, because the potential of the club, it's amazing. It's one of the most important clubs of the century. So,
do you still look out for United results, and does it hurt you to see how badly they do?
of course, because I was to play there so many years. I win the Champions League there, I win the Golden Ball, I win like 12, 13, 14 titles there. So as I say, and I repeat, Manchester United still in my heart. I love that club. But we have all to be honest and look for ourselves and say, listen, they are not in a good path. So they need to change. And it's not only about the coach and players, in my opinion. It's
There's a young Portuguese coach there now, Amorim. What do you make of him?
He do to his best. What are you going to do? Miracles? Miracles is impossible. We say in Portugal, miracles is only in Fatima. And I don't know if you know that expression. They start to smile because they know what I mean.
I know, yeah.
You know the Fatima?
Of course.
And you're not going to do miracles. Even the players, Manchester United have a good players, but they don't have, some of them, the mind what is Manchester United is.
You became a billionaire last week. I was the one that told
wrong.
you. I was the one that told you. Because I messaged you and
It's
said,
not true.
have you seen this?
It's not true.
It's not true?
I'm a billionaire so many years ago.
I knew you'd say that. And you probably were, right?
Yeah, with 39.
How did you know? Who told you?
Please, I know my money, eh?
Do you know exactly
Of
what you're
course.
worth? Really?
Not precise 100%, but of course you have to take care of your stuff. It's normal, you know. I'm not like that to look, but I have people around me who help me, you know, to do the right things in all areas. But financial, I have a guy who I spoke almost every day, not about that, but about my structure, the investments, the opportunities, and I have control, because it's my life, it's my money,
That moment when you realised you were a billionaire, what was that like?
I knew it that this is what will happen, so I was prepared. It's a matter of time. So honestly, I was super happy. It's like when you won a golden ball, because you make your own goals. You make your own goals. Everyone make these own goals to build a house, to have a car. Or it was my goal to reach that number. Because,
it was.
Yes, honest. I'm not obsessed for the money, because I think the money it can help you to in many ways. But when you reach some level, the money doesn't matter anymore, in my opinion. But it's always good to have more, because we are human beings. We are never happy with what we have. That is something that I learned during the time, that financial is important, the money is important, but other things, they are more important than that. But to answer your question, I was super happy, because it was one of the main goals that I had on my mind. A part of football, trophies, Champions League, golden balls, trophies, everything. Financial and in a business way, it was my goal. So with 39, I reached that number, and I was so proud, to be honest.
And now the world has caught up, and Bloomberg did this report, and you were declared the first ever football billionaire. The first ever. And there are a very small number of sporting icons who have passed that mark in other sports. Tiger Woods, Roger Federer. You could talk about Michael Jordan. But there are very few, Cristiano.
In football, I'm the only one.
You're the only one in football. Does that mean a lot to you, to be the only one?
Well, don't surprise me a lot, because if you say the story of football, and they can call me cocky or whatever, but the numbers, they don't lie. It's something that I'm always saying, and I will continue to say. If you see so many records in football, Cristiano is there in the top of the list. So it's one record more. So for me, don't surprise me, because I knew my potential in football and my potential outside the football. Don't surprise me, to be honest. I knew that I'm gonna reach that number for many reasons. But deep inside, I was happy. It's one of my goals, and my motivation is still to say, but money is continues your motivation for football. No, but helps, in my opinion.
Well, you said about records that you don't chase records, they chase you. In a way, the same applies to money, I would think, is that if you keep your performance levels at the level you've had them,
of course,
then obviously the brand is maintained,
exactly.
The revenues come in, right? I mean, it's all performance related.
This was my strategy a few years ago. I say, if you continue to be in the top level and continue to perform, that number will reach to you. Because, as you mentioned, everything, it's together. You understand? So, it was my plan. If you ask me, you thought that you will reach so quick? Probably no. But I knew that I will reach that. And it was good.
Show me your left hand a minute.
Which one? You want to see this or this?
Well, I'm looking at both and thinking, your left hand is probably worth more than I have in my life.
No.
And I'm not a poor man, Cristiano, but this arm is...
It's not that much.
I mean, this watch alone.
When they see Cristiano, when they see the bright, they say, wow, Cristiano have that. But sometimes it's fake. But they don't... They don't realize, because I'm Cristiano, nobody believes that it's fake. I'm joking.
What is the most...
It's a present. I cannot say no. People give me...
Really?
Georgina offered me this in the Christmas, and I have a sponsor with Jacob. So I didn't buy with my own money. I have the sponsor. You understand?
What is the most expensive thing you've ever bought?
Most expensive? Most expensive thing that I bought? Plane.
A plane.
Yes.
I love the way you had to think about that.
But it was.
What kind of plane?
I have my plane since I 13 years old, but I changed right now 1 year ago, so it's a little bit expensive.
What model do you have now?
I have a Global Express.
Nice. I mean, that's a sign, isn't it? That's a moment when you have your own plane, isn't it?
I had since I had 13 years old, so I have 10 years the plane, but I changed for a better one now. But as I say, Piers, for me I tell you before, the money gives you opportunity to have material things, which is good. But I'm in a moment of my life that for me I don't care anymore about that. For me, the most important things I want to live the next chapter of my life with not expensive costs, let's say in that way, because my dreams is already gone. I mean, when I was young, 20s until 30s, I used to love cars and everything, to drive. I'm not have that passion anymore. Planes I just have because I need, because I'm not normal person. I cannot be in airports. I buy because of that. And of course let's say it's help me the word, like a comfort.
Yeah.
It's like a comfort. But I don't look for that anymore. I just want to be happy, enjoy the life. As Carl Jung say, after the 14th, you really know and you start to live the life. And this is what I start to feel, that for me, the money is good, but it's not important anymore.
But you mentioned normality there, and you clearly can't lead what people would consider a normal life. You can't go where there are groups of people because you'll be mobbed, and I've seen it. But having said that, you're probably the most normal billionaire superstar I know, genuinely. You're just very regular. People always ask me about you. I go around and people come up to me all the time. And it's like, what's Cristiano like? What's he really like? What's he really, really like? And I say, like Cristiano, he's just a normal guy. We message a lot, and you're just a regular, you're like one of my mates, right? You don't carry with you the airs and graces of somebody who feels entitled to any of this. I get the feeling that you never forget where you came from. Probably your mother, I think, and your family. Make sure that doesn't happen. Gio probably does too. But I think you enjoy the trappings of your success. But I don't think it's changed you as a person at all. I think you are actually surprisingly normal.
It's difficult when you speak about you. But as I told you before, and this is what I feel, I don't care. You know me. I don't care what the people thinking about me, and if they say that I'm cocky, that I'm arrogant. I don't care. Honest. With 14 years old, I've 5 kids. I have the best friends ever. I have the team that they help me a lot. Public opinion for me is not important anymore. I just want to be happy, to do what I like to do, to still maintain my level in football, score goals, which is still maintain me happy, and I'm still happy when I go training, compete in the training, and I think I'm a normal people. I don't spend money. For example, I'm not go shopping. If I go anywhere, I can buy whatever I want, but I don't need that anymore. Sometimes, let's say 3 days ago I buy a car, but it's for collection. It's like you buy a frame. I'm not gonna drive that car. It's like investment.
What was the car?
Mercedes. Sorry, I have Mercedes as well. I buy Bugatti as well, Tourbillon. But it's investment.
How many cars have you got now?
I don't know, Piers.
You don't know how many
I
cars?
don't count the cars. Serious, I don't count.
I love how you make that sound so normal that you.
But it's normal.
You don't know
I
how
don't
many
want to
cars
be
you have.
humble. It's a fact.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50?
Yeah, maybe
50? 60?
Honest, if you have to bet, I say, I don't know, 41, 40, I don't know, Piers, I don't know. I swear for my kids.
What's your favourite?
I love the Bugattis.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a few, and they are different beasts.
But do you ever drive these cars?
I never drive.
Really?
I have, for example, I was 1 week in Madrid, and not even go my garage to see the cars if they are there. Just the day that I left, the 2 Bugattis went to the inspection, and they're coming back and just look at them. Oh, they're good, they're clean, they're good. They go to the garage. But he's honest. For me, the cars is not anymore a passion.
Do you ever drive?
Yes.
You do?
I drive, yeah.
You can drive around?
I'm not driving a lot in Saudi because we used to training in the afternoon and I go always with the driving.
And the traffic is terrible.
And the traffic is terrible. But for example, when we're coming back to home, it's not traffic. So yesterday, you know, the Al Nassr, they have the sponsor with BMW, and all the players have a new car. So yesterday, I drive home with my new BMW home, but I'm not drive like in Saudi, like 1 year. Well, 6 months, let's say.
You mentioned goals. You just scored 2 more goals for Portugal. You then got substituted in the 77th minute, and the opposition, Hungary, scored a last-minute equaliser. I can only imagine how you were feeling. I would have one rule if I was your coach. If Cristiano has 2 goals, never stop him getting a hat-trick. Because I know you, and you would do anything in your power to win the game, but to get a hat-trick. So how did you feel about being yanked off without being able to score your hat-trick?
Honest, even the goals. Sometimes we think the easy way will be the better way, but it's not. Sometimes I know what you mean, but I have to be in the mind of the coach as well. Maybe you want to keep the result to 1, to put another player to save the result that is fresh, that they can help to defend more the team. I understand. And a part of that, I have to agree with the coach because we are not all the same. We are not thinking the same way. So if I will stay, I will try to score the 3rd goal. But substitution sometimes is good. Even if you have 2 goals, it's not a problem for me anymore because I'm scored so many hat-tricks, so 1 more or 1 less for me.
Your goal-scoring record since you turned 30 is ridiculous.
It's more than
before you were 30. I mean, there's no player in history that has that. You've scored 948 career goals now. So last week...
All with videos.
Exactly. So there's proof. I've heard you say that. You're right. There's proof of every goal. Do you remember your first one?
The first goal I scored professional.
Yeah.
Moreirense, yes.
What was the goal?
You should see the goals.
Is it good?
Oh, unbelievable.
Really?
Oh, the second goal? No, the first goal? Unbelievable goal.
So you started with an absolute worldie.
You didn't see this goal, the first one?
No, maybe.
Sim, mete no vídeo para eu ver.
I need a video of this goal. Yeah.
Unbelievable. It was the moment that the people say, listen, this guy gonna be a good player.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look at this. Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, step over. Oh, what a world.
First team.
Wait, that's a banger. And the shirt came off.
Good, huh?
Oh, what a goal.
Even the commentators, they say, this is why these players that don't stay longer in our league. With 17, for me, is like, it was a big boom for me. Like,
yeah, that feeling, that first goal, and it was a great goal, but that first goal, is that where you first got that rush where you were like, I love this so much.
This is give you confidence for yourself. You say, wow, I play with the men's. So they want to stop me. But even with 17, I was quicker than them, smarter than them, and score. This is where you start to feel that you're gonna be, I'm not gonna say golden ball, whatever, but a good professional player.
Who's been your favourite player to watch ever?
To mention one player, I think it's not...
Is there one, like if the television's on and there's a match and there's a certain player in the last 20, 30 years, and I've got to watch that because of this guy?
I watch the game. I watch the players. To watch something because of one player, no. I watch, for example, Brazil, because they have many players. They have Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Kaká, yes. I watch, Argentina, because of the players that they have. I watch Spain. I look in that way, not because of one player, honest. But I have to respect that in the state of football you have many great players and stars players, which is you enjoy more than the other ones, of course. But to follow a game only because one player, no.
Could you imagine retiring?
Yes,
Have you got in your head an age when that may happen?
soon, but I think I will be prepared. Will be tough, of course. Will be difficult, yes. Probably I will cry, yes. Yeah, normal. And I'm easy guy to cry. I'm not keep my feelings. I'm honest. I'm open person.
Yeah, you are.
Yes. Will be very difficult, yes. But please, I prepare my future since 25, 26, 27 years old. I prepare my future. So I think I will be capable to support that pressure that...
What could bring you anything like the joy of football, of actually playing football? Because you clearly still love playing. What outside of football do you think could even come close to replacing that? Anything, or have you
Nothing.
accepted?
Nothing, I think.
Yeah.
Nothing will be compared. That the adrenaline that we have for football to score a goal will gone this way. But as I say, everything have the beginning, everything have the end. So I think I will be prepared. I think. But I have other passions. I'm gonna have more time for me. I'm gonna have more time for my family, to raise my kids, especially the Bella that I have 3 years old, that I start to feel when I travel and stay so many days in a hotel with the team, kind of a rush. I want to follow Cristiano Jr. because it's in the moment of the age that they're a little bit stupid, they do stupid things. Normal, because I did the same. I want to, Matteo, that I love football as well. I want to be a more family person, more present. Also, to have my own hobbies, which is I like to see UFC, the fights. I like paddle, for example. It's our main sport.
I hear you're very
my
good.
sport.
I hear you're good at paddle.
Well, we learn, me and my friends, my closer friends. It's something that we've been together, unit. So it's good. I like and I want to learn something more about my companies, other stuff about, for example, I'm never going to be a YouTuber, of course, but
Well, you have got 76 million subscribers.
I want to be there.
And you got that
learn.
in about 3 months. I mean, you say you're not going to be a YouTuber. You're one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. I struggled for 3 years to get to 4 million and thought I was a genius. You come along, and in about 3 minutes,
So
you
maybe
overtook me.
I'm going to spend more time on that to learn, to do it more stuff. I think I'm going to do it the funny things and things that I'm not used to do it before, because as you know, for me, the perspective that I have, football is not only about to go to the training ground, training 1 hour and do treatment. I live football 24 hours, let's say in that way, to do it the right things, to perform, because by my age, the things is getting more difficult to recover fast, but I'm enjoying this process. It's nice that you see the life with the different eyes and with the different vision. You have the different ideas. For me, it's a good challenge. Even with my age, I'm enjoying this period of my life, because you learn so many things and you start thinking about other things, not only in football, and makes you happy.
Which are the brands that you really enjoy working with? I know that you're big in real estate, for example. I know about your aftershave. I use it. It's very successful, I have to say. I mean, people go, oh, you smell like Cristiano. So, but you've got so many different things you're involved with. Which are the big ones for you that you're most engaged with, do you think?
YouTube, we start to do a few things with the YouTube. The image is always there. As you say, the real estate is my really passion, and people that don't know that. I'm a challenge person in some business that people don't even dream about that. I mentioned off the interview. I'm a person that always wants to learn, not only in the business way, but also in a life. for the new chapter of my life, that you start to get a little bit more mature in some decisions.
You have, I don't want to reveal a secret, but you have a video game room
Yes.
around the corner with about 8 consoles. And I noticed you've got an esports award there. I mean, you love all this stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it's the future. As you mentioned, the e-sport, I'm ambassador of that huge event that they do it every year here in Saudi. I have to appreciate our boss, MBS. He gave me that opportunity to be the ambassador of the e-games, which is, if you never saw, you should be here to see. It's the great event. And I'm here in the country, of course, because of him as well. So it's a guy that I really respect, and I'm here because of him. So we do the fantastic things for the country, especially A-game.
Let's turn to the other more important deal you did recently.
Which one? I do so many.
Your engagement to Guillem.
It's the most
I
important.
mean, come on.
Sorry.
This is the biggest deal.
If not, you kill me. Yes, it's true.
No, you've managed to resist getting married to your 40s. Well, you haven't got married and you're 40, right? But finally, you proposed. So talk me through this. What made you decide to finally pop the question?
I'm always saying the good things coming in the right time. And sometimes you need time to realize that you don't do some mistakes. I don't mean in that way. I'm gonna propose her because I think it's the moment. Not only because it's the mother of my kids, but it's the person that I'm love more. It's the love of my life. So I think it's the right moment. As you say, you're 14 years old. Nothing gonna change. Nothing gonna change just because we're gonna marry it. It's just a beautiful chapter of the life, you know. It's good.
How did you propose?
Was funny. I knew it that one day I will do that, but I don't know which way. You know, it's difficult. I don't know. You are married.
Yes.
When you propose your wife, you never know the moment, the scenario, the environment. And I'm always say that the good things coming in a natural way. Football, life, opportunities, married, and it coming in a funny way, because she asked me something. She asked me for a ring to offer her, because it was one of her dream to have like a good stone. And I work hard, and I finally find what she loved. And I speak with my guy and I say, listen, keep it. We're gonna do it at dinner tonight. And after I'm gonna offer to her. And this is what we did. But something, after I stay with her alone, and one of my friends, they take the phone and filming, which is, they never did before. I know that friends for 10 years, they never do this. Not even ask me to take a picture, imagine. And they filming me, and I say, wow, weird. And after, it was like 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. My daughters was in the bed, sleeping, Alana and Eva. And my friend gave me the ring to offer Gio. I was given the ring, and my 2 girls coming, and they say, Daddy, you're gonna give the ring to mom, and you're gonna ask her to be married. And I say, wow, it's the right moment to say yes. I say, yes. It wasn't a timing, and Gio didn't believe. Yes. I knew it that I will do it that one day.
But you hadn't planned it for that?
No. And it was the moment that my daughter's coming, and I say, yes, now is the time. This is what I want. And I offer. Because my daughter's saying that, my friends filming.
And were they there, the daughters? They watched?
Yes.
Did you get on bended knee?
I didn't do that because I was like, prepare, and was a beautiful moment.
Did you make a little speech, or did you just say?
Yes, I did. You know, it was recorded.
What kind of thing were you saying?
No, I say simple. Piers, come on, I'm not like romantic guy. I am,
This sounds very romantic.
I'm not very romantic guy. I'm not that kind of guy. They bring flowers every week to the home.
But this is a big moment.
One per month, let's say, not every week. But I'm romantic in my way. You understand? But it was beautiful, and I knew it, that it was the woman of my life. So I did that, and I hope that I do it.
Did she hesitate? Or?
Of course no. No, but one thing that I love it, she didn't care about the ring. She asked me if I speak the truth. Say, honest? Honest? Yes, honest. I want you, blah, 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 I want to marry you, blah, blah. But she didn't believe. But it was funny.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry, but I was like, because I see his reaction, I had tears on my eyes, yes.
And was that because of the cost of the ring? Or?
Both.
Oh, I've seen that ring.
Both.
I mean, I've seen human beings get blinded by that ring when she walks around.
It's big, I know.
Last time we spoke, you'd gone through a very sad period as a family. You'd lost your baby son, and you talked very movingly about that. That kind of experience can damage a relationship, or it can make it stronger. Clearly, in your case, it must have made things stronger for you. Do you feel that?
I feel that we always support each other. Sometimes it's like in a relationship, you have good moments, bad moments. It's part of the journey. But probably in that period, we consolidate more the relationship because of what you say. But even this is something that I learned by the time. Even in the worst moments, you have to make the things smooth, you know, because not only when you are in a good moment, that's not gonna come the bad moments. Try to find the balance for everything. In the good moments and in the bad moments, back to the basic points, a baseline. And this is something that I learned. Was difficult periods, but it was nice. Honest, it was nice because I learned so many things. I saw other perspective of the life. My daughter now, which is 3 years old, she's the queen of the family. She's the who make the house happy. You know, everything happened for a reason. I believe on that. So we are a blessed family. So I'm proud for that.
For those who don't know Gia, I've had the pleasure of meeting her a few times. What is it about her that made her so special to you?
Well, she has so many things, good things that I love it, that I believe she's unique in that way, which is she take care of me, which is very important. She take care of the family. She take care of the house, which is take a lot of work. If you want to be the opposite, I'm not will deal with that. Men cannot deal with that, honest. And she's special for me because a part of his qualities, beautiful body and everything that I like, she's a person that understands me and take care of me and my family. So this is what I'm looking for.
Was your mom happy when you told her?
Yes, I believe they are happy. My whole family. It's something that I think that it's good for all family, not just for my family, kids, wife, but also for my mom, brothers, sisters. I think they are all happy because they see that I'm a grown man now. So they are happy, and as I say, and I'm continue to repeat, it's a new chapter of the life.
Do you have a wedding day yet?
Not yet. We plan to do it after the World Cup with the trophy, but
do you know where you want to get married?
We didn't plan that because she is not the person that they like big parties. She don't like it. She like private things. So I will respect his decisions because I'm not.
More importantly, have you decided on where the stag party is going to be, and can I come?
Why not?
Thank you, Cristiano.
And we do it interview. No.
Jose, is he organising it, Jose?
Jose organize everything. Our CEO organized everything.
Have you got a stag party? I mean, we'll be talking a week somewhere.
You are part of the family. Please.
Thank you, Cristiano. I want to talk about another very sad thing that happened to you recently. You lost one of your Portugal colleagues, Diogo Jota, and it was an unbelievably shocking thing to happen. Where were you when you heard that he died with his brother in this crash?
I was with Gio alone in our period of rest. I was there in the gym in the morning with Gio. I didn't believe when they sent me messages. I'm cry a lot. Gio can confirm that. I don't. It was very, very difficult moments for the country, for families, for friends, for teammates. Devastating. Very, very, very sad news.
He's 28 years old.
Yeah.
At the peak of his game, he was playing at Liverpool. Everything was going so well for him, and just reminded you how fragile life can be, right?
This is why something that I mentioned before, that you have to enjoy the moments and don't plan much to the future. This is why my guys, they can confirm I'm not plan now, not just because of that situation, but before also with my kids that happened. I'm not plan things with in the long terms, only short terms, because everything can change in one moment or another moment. So we have to be happy to be here and live the moments, enjoy the life, because the future only God knows. So, but it was a shock moment. We still feel the aura there in the national team when you put the shirt, because Diogo, it was one of us.
What kind of guy was he?
Very good guy, a quiet guy, a good player, as you know, but very, very, how you say, he's not a guy that speak too much. Or he was very, how you say the word?
Level-headed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I really like. I like it to meet him, to share with him so great moments. But was sad. I had the opportunity to speak with their family and to give support, because it's these moments we cannot.
Because he's a beautiful young wife and children and stuff. I mean, this was
everything is gone because of one moment. So we have to enjoy the life piece. So it's hard.
You didn't attend his funeral, and your sister responded to people who were sort of raising questions by saying on social media that you just didn't want to turn the whole thing into an unnecessary circus with too much attention on you. Is that really what you were thinking?
Two things. People criticize me a lot. As I say, I don't care about that, because when you feel your conscience is good, free, you don't have to be worried about what the people say. But one of the things I don't do, it's after my father died, I've never been in a cemetery again. And second, as you say, and you mentioned good, and you know me, and you know my reputation, wherever I go is a circus, you know. I don't go also because if I go, the attention go from me, and I don't want this kind of attentions. And I saw, and I'm not criticized, I just say that I didn't like it, when you go in a sensitive moment to do it interviews, to speak about him, to speak about football. Come on, guys, what is this? You know, this show how circus is life sometimes. I'm not part of that. If you want to be part of this world, good luck. I'm going to be another side. People can continue to criticize me. Oh, they criticize my bet is gone already. I felt good with my decision. I don't need to be in the first line to people see me. They're going to speak good because Cristiano is coming. No. I'm planning the things. I'm thinking about his family. I don't need to be in the cameras for the people to see what I do. I do behind the scenes, my friends. I feel better than that. But they do it a big propaganda and big publicity by my name, but it's okay, no problem, I understand. And to change the conversation for a funny way. If you want to enjoy in a birthday, don't invite me. Because if I go to your birthday, gonna be a big mess.
No, that's fine with me. No, not.
Don't invite me. You're gonna enjoy
I'm gonna have a big party.
Without Cristiano. Trust me.
I turned 60 this year, and I'm gonna.
Don't invite me, please.
Have a party, and I want you to come and ruin it. You can come and be the star of the show. The big dog's here.
Don't invite me.
Don't you
because
worry.
you're not gonna enjoy.
No, I wouldn't.
You know why? Because the people, they're gonna say to your friends, listen, guys, Cristiano is coming.
You don't know my friends.
Don't take pictures.
No, you don't know my friends.
They're gonna drink 2 glasses of wine. In the middle of the night, they're gonna say, Cristiano, please take a picture with me.
Yeah.
Will be a big mess.
My friends drink a lot more than 2 glasses of wine. First. Secondly, I will do anything for the Instagram, right? And you, at my party, of course, it's gonna blow up the internet. I'll take any circus you want to bring. It's not a problem.
No, I'm not gonna be. You're gonna enjoy more, trust me, Piers.
The first interview we did in Turin, you were at Juventus, and you revealed a story which was really extraordinary, that when you were like 13, you were so hungry at the Sporting Lisbon Academy that you and a friend you go to a local McDonald's and you would hang around the back, and 2 ladies in the McDonald's would give you free burgers, and you were so grateful to them because you were so hungry, literally hungry. And we tried everything after that to find them. And then I hear that you were walking through an airport and you randomly, recently, you randomly bumped into one of them. Tell me about that.
Well, it was a funny story. I land from Riyadh to Lisbon. When I take off there, we are in a private area. And one of my friends, they say, Cristiano, look what I see here. And I look at, you know, when you see some person and you recognize straight away, even 20 years after. And I was with my kids and with Gio and everyone. And I give a big hug to the girl. And even my kids say, Daddy, what you do? And also Gio look at me, see, and I tell them the story. And it was like a moment that I feel like, wow, the life is a box of surprises. You never expect this moment, and it was good. And I spoke with my friends. We already know who is the people, 100%, and pretty soon I will do something special. I promise. When I say something, I try to promise, and I will do it 100%. And one of the persons was that girl.
That's amazing.
Which is, we already have their
What did she say when she saw you? Did she know that
She was a little bit on shock because she never expected that I will recognize her. In the same way, when she saw me, she says, Cristiano, maybe she's not gonna not even speak with me.
Did she realize you had been that boy who then...
Yes.
She did.
And she tell me one thing. She say, Cristiano, you never imagine. Every time that you come to Portugal, I know, because I work behind the scenes, and I plan to come in here to receive you, just to see you, and they always make me a part. And this moment, because one of the persons that didn't come, I replace. This is why I come. And I was so happy. I said, listen, this is the life. The life is brilliant because of that, and it's all about moments, chapters and everything. And I said to my friends to keep her number, and we're gonna do it something. When I'm gonna have time, I'm gonna do it something beautiful and special for that people who helped me in that period.
Amazing story. And what's even more incredible is that your new CEO at Al Nassr is a guy called Jose Semedo. He's standing right over there. And he was the other guy with you.
Yes.
Queuing up for the McDonald's from those ladies. He was 13, you were 13, and he was telling me a story, which says a lot about you, that he was actually going to be let go from the academy. And you, aged 13, went to see the head of the academy, and you pleaded with him to keep your friend, and you added a fifth bed to a little dormitory of about 4 beds. It was very tight. You added a fifth bed, and he allowed your friend to stay. And he went on to become a professional footballer himself, played in the Premier League, played in other leagues, and came here and is now the new CEO of Al Nassr, and apparently doing very well. I think he told me that, actually. But what an amazing journey you two have been on.
I think
here you both are age 40. Well, when you were 14, you had no money, you were hungry, you were queuing for burgers, and now you're here together living the dream.
Look the life, how brilliant it is.
Amazing, huh?
Wow, I love it. Sometimes when I'm thinking and speak about this kind of moments, I feel emotional, you know, because life is brilliant and God's make you in a place where you deserve. And I'm gonna make a challenge for you. I think you should probably make interview to him.
Yes.
Because you're gonna love it. He's a very, 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 very interesting guy.
No, I've already got the headline.
It's not because he's here with me, and he's not in CEO of Al Nassr because he's my friend, no. He have huge potential and everyone's are surprised. It's easy when you are around a friend, people, to say that. But speak with other people, other ones, and they say the work that they do, the potential that they have, and one of the best qualities for me, I always will put in the top, loyalty. Loyalty, honest, to then take nothing which is not belong to you. And these people is very rare in the world, especially in the football.
Yeah.
And especially when it's around a lot of money. And you don't buy these people in Carrefour or, you know, you don't buy these people in Amazon. No. So I'm challenge you to make interview to you because he's a very, very interesting person.
No, we've already discussed it. And in fact, we're going to call it The Truth About Cristiano, the real story, what he doesn't want the world to know. He's going to go public.
And that story is
with all of
true.
it.
But he can mention so many stories, good ones, because
I know. He's actually a fascinating guy.
He's a fascinating guy.
I know how important he's been to you since you were 14. But he made it clear to me that without you, he wouldn't have stayed at the academy, and he may never have played football professionally. So it's been a.
I just do it my best. As you know, I'm a loyal guy too. So the loyal guy should be next to the loyal people. And this is what I did that I think they're supposed to do. But I was 12 years old.
It's an amazing
My
thing
mind
to do.
was like that. But I don't know how to explain. You know, sometimes in life you do it mistakes and you do it good things that you not even realize that what is correct and what is false. But I did what I think it was correct, and not because in that moment, of course, in that moment I like him, but not like now. Now it's like part of my family. I don't need to say that, but tell you as well, Piers, my people around me, they are fantastic people.
No, I know.
I'm lucky, not just Semedo, because Semedo is one of the best, but also I have other people
I know
of my
many
team.
of them.
He's a special guy, but I'm lucky. I'm lucky, but also the lucky, to have lucky, it brings effort. You need efforts. And many of the guys who are with me, it's the guys that I invite him to come to be next to me. It's not like the family. Family, you're born with that family. Friends or people who worked with you or with you, they are different. Sometimes you need to choose.
I call it the 4 a.m. club. And what I mean is...
4 a.m. club.
Who could you call,
I
could you call at 4 a.m.
Yes, okay.
And they would get out of bed and they'd come and help
These
you?
people.
I know your guys, and they're fantastic. Incredibly loyalty and very protective, rightly. Yeah, but I think they feel the same about you. And that's what's unusual. They have great respect for you.
Yeah, what we take from this life? It's family and friends, you know, relationships, chapters, whatever you have. If you don't have good people around you, you're not gonna be happy. So this is what I think. And I repeat, I'm a lucky guy that, not because I have good family, but I also have very, very, very good friends. Not just because they work for me, I call them my friends because anyway, they are friends. Even if they want other challenge, I'm never gonna close their door, but they always will be my friends. So for me, it's a bless.
Tell me about your fitness, because people...
I'm look good?
You're looking very good, mate. I mean, obviously you haven't got these abdominals, we've addressed that before. But you're working at it, and I think you're making good progress. They're pretty... Are they like... Do you mind if I just... Yeah, I mean, it's like hitting granite. Not quite the same. Not quite the same here, but they say you've got a body of like a 28-year-old. That's what I've read. But that's what
I wish.
Your team all think, right? Do you feel that? I mean, do you feel that you don't look 40, and you don't have the physique of a 40-year-old?
No, I'm not. Physically, I think I look much more younger, of course, because I start to do it gym since 12, 13, 14, 15.
Do you go every day? Do you do something every day?
No, not every day, but I try to maintain a consistency in my life.
But do you do something every day? Do you do something physical?
I sleep good, I do it good routines, I do it a good recover, I work good in the gym 2-3 times per week of weights, 2 times per week for me is enough. I burn because of football, you know. It's just consistency. If you have consistency, it's easy. Trust me.
Which athletes in modern history do you look at as great examples that maybe have inspired you in terms of the way they take care of themselves?
Inspiring me.
Inspiring you, yeah.
Inspiring by myself.
No, who have you looked at where you think...
I saw good examples in other sports as well. For example, I don't know, basketball, LeBron James. I think we are the same age.
I met him the other day. Very nice guy.
I have more hair than him.
You do, and he's learning golf, but he's not very good. Now's a good time to play him at golf.
But I think it's good because he still play football, basketball, and he's in a good shape. Other ones, Modric, still looking good.
Yeah. What's he, 41 now, Modric?
No, it's my age. I think 39, 40s. Djokovic.
Well, I was going to say, so Novak is here, who's playing in the Six Kings thing, and he said yesterday, you're one of his role models. He named you for wanting to continue playing into his 40s, because they all saying, look, now that Sinner and Alcaraz are kind of the new top guys, will you retire? And he's like, actually, I want to keep going. I want to keep proving to myself I can keep going. And he named you as the example. So you're inspiring him. That probably feels good, right? To inspire the greatest tennis player in history.
I think it's good when you have other sports, other people, they speak good about your name. It means a lot. And Novak is a great example of greatness in the sport. So it's good. I'm glad from his words.
Do you feel now, obviously you're probably not as quick as you were, so you were a winger, a flying winger and so on, you changed your position, the way you play football and so on, but do you think as an actual goal scorer, because your record for Portugal recently has been insane, you've obviously been scoring enormous number of goals here in Saudi Arabia, and your record since 30 has got better than it was in the previous period of your career. But do you think you're a better natural finisher now than you've ever been? I
think I'm always been a top finisher, I think. Probably I'm focused more on that because, as you mentioned, by the age you start to lose some things and you have to improve other things. And some things that you always can improve is mentally. And this is what I'm focused. To be mentally good, fresh, because the brain don't go faster, you not get older faster in the brain. You feel more physically. Professional players. And I'm adapt, you know? And this is, but finisher, of course, with the first 3, 4, 5 years, wasn't very, very, very good. I was good, but not top. But after 25, I think I was very similar. If you ask my teammates, if you ask my friends, they will say the same. Probably more, now I'm more focused on that.
Right.
Because I'm not winger anymore, and I played the last...
Well, I watched you score the other day, and it's just your movement. Because I think in the penalty area, look, I'm not going to tell you how to score goals, but in the penalty area, a lot of it is last-minute movement, I think, by the top strikers. It's their ability to get away from a defender, very quickly in the box.
You should be fresh mentally.
Right. And I watched the way you took them, and they look relatively easy, right? They don't look like that goal you just showed me. But the movement and the awareness and then the finish, that's not easy. If it was, everyone would do it.
Oh, of course.
So that's an instinctive thing, isn't it?
I think so, yes. Instinctive things you learn by the time, you learn by the experience. And one thing that I think make the difference is you can improve all the time. Even with my age, you have some points that you can improve. And this is the bigger mistakes of the players. They think they know everything and they don't learn more. If you see in history of the football, the players, after when they get 30s, they slow down. And I'm opposite. I score more goals after 30s, and you can say whatever they want, because most of the times the people speak about football, but they don't know nothing.
Wayne Rooney, your old colleague, said last week that he doesn't hate you. People have said that he did. He loves you. He called you a genius. He said you're much closer than people realise, but he still said Messi's better.
No problem. No problem.
That's a very diplomatic answer, Cristiano.
No, but it's serious. I'm not mad with that. For me, it's okay. You can choose whatever you want.
Do you get on well with Wayne? Do you have a friendship with him or not really?
When we used to play, we are good relationship. Not friends, that kind of friends that the relationship that I have with these guys. They coming one time per week or two to have a dinner with me or lunch. But we have good relationship. In the football, I don't have friends that they come in my house for a lunch or a dinner. When I mean friends, I have good relationship, but friends for me, it's a different word for me. But relationship was good. Like Ferdinand was a friend, yes. I still maintain his relationship with him. I'm a sociable man. So, and I respect. It's like in Al Nassr, I'm good with everybody. But friend, I think it's a very, very, very deep word, in my opinion. And but I'm not nothing against him. Trust me, Piers. It's okay. It's own things. Is what he loved the most. Players or decision makers of. For me, it's not a problem. I respect him. More when we play, because I think he did so many good things for Manchester United. We won so many things together, but it's okay. And these words that he say, thank you to him, that he say that I'm a genius, whatever he prefer. No problem. For me, it's all good. If I see him around, I'm shaking his hand, I give you a hug. For me, it's not a problem. I don't have time, to be against people anymore. It's okay. I respect everybody.
But goals are the ultimate answer to any criticism, aren't they? I mean, if you're a striker, if you just keep scoring at the rate you score, and like I said, they can look at the Saudi league and say it's not as good.
Excuses.
But actually, look at Portugal. Is what I say. Look at your record for Portugal. Recently, it's been off the charts.
Excuses.
Yeah.
Excuses. It's the most simple way. For everything. Excuses. Year by year, I scored more. Even in a bad year, I scored 25 goals. If I play in Premier League now, in the top team, I will score the same.
Well, the last season you played, full season.
Easy. If you have a good team with 14 years old, I will score the same.
Your last season in the Premier League, full season, you got 18 Premier League goals. I think one below Harry Kane, or the same as Harry Kane, and 6 Champions League goals. Well, any team would take a strike.
I don't need to speak, because they can say whatever they want, but the numbers, they don't lie. They can say Saudi League. They never been here. They never play here. They don't know what to run with 40 degrees. They don't know. And I still continue, and I repeat, the Saudi League is much better than Portuguese League, of course. French League is only PSG. Premier League is good, of course, is the number one. And they should count like the goals to be the top scorer, the golden ball. Why they don't count Saudi League? Why? You see, look how many players, top players we have in the league. Check. Ask the other players if the league is good. Don't ask to me, because it's easy to ask me, because I'm always saying the same thing. Cristiano say that because he play in Saudi. No. Listen, I play everywhere. Everywhere. For me, it's more easy to score in Spain than score in Saudi.
By the way, do you accept that you're only here because of me in that interview?
Probably.
So, given you're now a billionaire, and you made probably half of it here.
I wasn't.
Where's my cut? Where's my commission?
Yeah.
You're on the verge of what would be a truly, even by your standards, incredible achievement. 1,000 goals. No one's ever come close to this. Is there a scenario in your head, given the timing, that you might score your 1,000th goal at the World Cup next year? And is that something that quietly in the back of your mind you would think?
No, I'm not. I don't think about that. And maybe I was surprised with my answer. If you ask me, Cristiano, is it a dream to win the World Cup? No, it's not a dream.
Really?
Yes. To win the World Cup, none will change my name in history of football. I'm not gonna lie. One thing that I'm sure, that I'm enjoy the moment. And I learn by the time that the moment is the most important thing that we have. We are not qualified already. Enjoy the moment. The moment is good. I played 3 days ago in Hungary in Sporting Stadium. Maybe it was my last game in that stadium. We never know. And I'm enjoyed there. My mommy was there, my family was there, and it was good. And people say, Cristiano will be the greatest if they win the World Cup. I'm not agree.
Well, I think
win 3 titles for Portugal. The story of Portugal.
You know my view of this. I believe you are the greatest footballer to ever play the game.
Thank you.
You also know there's a raging debate, right? Whether Messi is. I say Messi's not even the best Argentinian. Maradona was better than him.
How many World Cups win Argentina before Messi? How many? I don't know. 2 times?
Yeah, maybe 2, I think.
Yeah, but it's normal. These countries that are used to win big competitions. Brazil, if they win the World Cup, they will surprise the world. No. If the Portugal win the World Cup, which is possible, they will shock the world. Yes. But in my mind, I don't think in that way. Of course, you want to win. Yeah, when you compete, you want to win. I'm honest. For me, I'm not going to change the way I see the things and the way I see the football.
Do you believe you've earned the right to be considered the greatest of all time?
Of course. Oh, one of the best for many of people, yes.
But number one?
Please, but I don't care about that anymore, serious.
Really?
I say so many things, I say so many interviews where I think, if I say something now, the people not gonna surprise. The story speaks for itself. They have opinions, some people like more blonde, some people like more dark. It's okay, no problem for me. But to change this story, the history of Portugal, to say if Cristiano will the World Cup, will be no, this doesn't make sense for me. I win. We won 3 titles for Portugal history. Before Portugal never won nothing. I'm glad, I'm so happy.
You would love it, Cristiano, to win the World Cup.
Yeah, but not obsession.
No, I understand what you're saying.
I swear for my kids.
But I still think that image of you, if
I don't agree. I'm not agree.
Really interesting.
Yes, no, I'm not agree. Because Portugal never won World Cup. Yeah, but they can win. Yes, we're gonna fight for that. But
it shouldn't define you as a player.
No, we define with 14 years old or 41 to define what? To define if I'm one of the best of the history. To win one competition, 6 games, 7 games. You think it's fair? It's not fair.
When you go to the World Cup in America, David Beckham is the sort of most, along with Messi now, but Beckham's the kind of guy that went to America and became this sort of superstar. You played with Beckham. You're compared to Beckham a lot, not least your looks. I'm not going to compare the football because to me he's not in the same league as you as a footballer. However, do you think you're better looking than David Beckham?
Depends.
Are you more handsome?
Depends, because for me the looking is not only the face. The looking, it's all package.
Like this?
If you put me, not anymore, but imagine Cristiano.
Yeah.
Not Cristiano, a normal guy. with the Speedos, red Speedos, in a Copacabana to drink coconut water. You think I'm not gonna have a chance with nobody?
No, you're going to do well.
Okay, so
You're going to do better than
Without-
me at the Copacabana. I can actually confirm you can do better than me. I've
So-
been at the Copacabana. Nobody noticed. So yeah, I can confirm.
I'm
that.
joking.
You're not really. You're serious. Don't be
Depend
serious.
of the perspective of the people, but it's okay. You're looking good. I'm looking good. We're both looking good. So
But come on, you and Beckham, you're walking across the Copacabana for say 10 minutes. Who gets the most attention?
not famous?
Not famous, just your bodies.
Me, 100%.
I knew it. I knew it.
Come on, Piers.
I agree with you.
You agree?
I'm just
Thank you.
trying to tease it out of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't need that, but imagine.
I
Let's
don't think
imagine something.
No one's looking at Beckham.
Come on. Come on. You know that.
He knows
His
that.
face is beautiful. Yeah, handsome face.
The rest is.
The rest is normal. Like, it's normal. I'm not normal. I'm perfecto.
Also, he has too many tattoos, doesn't he? Don't you think?
I don't know.
Do you think he should have that
Do you have
surgery?
tattoos? I think you
He's
don't have
covered in
tattoos.
tattoos.
You have
yeah.
tattoos?
Absolutely covered in them.
Well, but he's looking good. He's a guy that I like. It's a guy who speaks good. I like him. I like him.
Do you still talk to Sir Alex Ferguson? I met him at the,
Long
at the
time I don't
Champions League
speak.
final.
When I
Had a
was
lovely
there
chat
in
with him.
Manchester, I used to speak more with him, and he used to come to my house for a tea. He drink tea with the milk. He's a good man. He's a person that I'm always gonna have in my heart because he's a sir. You know, he's a person who really helped me in my life, in my career.
I mean, really, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but was he, because your father died when you were still very young, do you think he became a bit of a father figure to you?
Father in football, yes.
Yeah.
Like a guy who guided me, yes. In that way, yes. It was a guy who always maintained his words, what we say, he promised. Very good man, and I respect him a lot.
Best manager you played under?
This is
You've had so many.
what I say by the players. I'm kind of saying in the coaches, which is depend. I had the opportunity to work with the best managers in the world. So I'm a lucky person. To mention one for me is not correct, it's not fair. But many people mention, my favorite player is this one. I'm not that guy. I like to say that all of them help Cristiano to be what I am right now.
This President Trump,
Yeah.
friend of mine, was given a CR7 shirt by the Portuguese European Council President Antonio Costa in June at the G7 summit. And you wrote on it, to President Donald J. Trump, playing for peace. What did you mean by that?
If the world is in peace, it's our goal. He's one of the guys that can change or help to change the world. And it's my main goal. He's one of the most important guys, of course, is US president. If we can help each other to make this happen, because I swear, Piers, I can't watch TV because
It's been awful.
I don't watch. I swear I can't. Sometimes I'm start to see the news I can't. I can't. And one of the guys that I want to meet. I wish one day, if you have an
Donald Trump.
opportunity,
I can make that happen.
make that happen, or tell him that one of the guys that I want to sit to have a nice talk. It was one of the guys.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Here, US, wherever he wants. I know he was here in Saudi with our boss, MBS. I wish one day to meet him, to sit with him, because he's really he's one of the persons that I really like him, because I think he can make things happen, and I like people like that. And
I say whatever you think of Trump, and people have very strong, they do about you as well. But I think that he believes in peace, not war. It makes him unusual for a Republican American president. I've spoken to him this about many times. He really wants peace. And I admire what he's achieved in stopping the bombing in Gaza. I admire what he's trying to do in Ukraine with Putin, trying to stop the bombing. I think these are admirable things for him to be doing. And, following what you said to him, I think he's trying to deliver on what you asked.
I wish that world goes for a peace way soon. This is what I'm looking for. And I will tell them something nobody knows this, but maybe one day if you have the opportunity, I'm going to sit with him and I'm going to tell him. Probably no, 100% he don't know. That we had something in common, and something that we share.
Really?
Yes.
Well, what is
Not in your interview. I will tell him.
You can't take a camel
It's very
to
nice.
the
You're
Oasis.
gonna like it.
Huh?
You're gonna like it.
Really?
Yes.
How fascinating.
Fascinated. Cristiano is a worldwide man.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now more than before, but
But you know what you've done
with
now?
18s, 19s, 20s, I was there in US so
Yes.
many times. So,
But this is like taking a camel to the edge, to the edge of an oasis.
But it was funny.
And then saying you can't have a drink.
You will like it.
Huh?
You
This
will
is
like
torture. I love this.
if you have opportunity one day, tell him.
Well, his son Baron's a big fan of yours. He told me that.
Yeah?
He's fan. He loves you.
Good. His son is coming as well.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll get Baron, Donald. Obviously, I'll have to be there.
If you want to be,
Thank
allowed.
you, Cristiano. I'll come as your assistant.
Perfect.
That would be an amazing. I think we can make that happen. I think he'd love to meet you.
Perfect. He's a
You're
person that
you're the two most famous people on the planet, right? You're the most followed person on Instagram. He is the most famous probably human being.
We will do it a debate for the world. Who is the most famous, me or
Donald Trump?
President Donald Trump?
What do you think?
In the world,
What do you think?
me.
Really? Well, you've got more followers on Instagram. You've got more followers than anybody.
I think worldwide,
Yeah.
even in that small island, and they know me more than him.
Really?
Yes.
That's a fascinating debate. You think you'd win that?
Yes.
You probably would. You probably would.
I think in the world, nobody's more famous than me.
Do you think anyone there, because of social media?
Tell me one.
Well, I'm going to explain.
Tell me one.
Well,
Your opinion.
In my opinion, in my lifetime.
This generation now,
right now,
2025.
Right now, you and Donald Trump, both together. I think it's a very interesting debate. I would say in my lifetime, I would add Princess Diana, probably the Queen.
But if
not
you
now,
speak,
not now, because they're no longer with us,
okay.
right? But in my lifetime, and maybe Nelson Mandela, right, would be the most famous, iconic people. But I think right now,
Michael Jackson
at his peak.
and his peak.
But I think right now it's you and Donald Trump.
It's a good debate.
It's a great debate. You're pretty.
Let's make that happen.
I think that'd be great.
You see, now it's the map of the world.
Have you ever been anywhere where no one's recognized you?
In 20 years ago, yes, not anymore.
But not now.
No.
Is there anywhere you could go? Could you go to like an igloo in Iceland and even they know you, right?
Yes. Yes.
Do you like that?
No. It is what it is.
I'd quite like that.
No, peace.
No?
It's boring. Trust me.
It's too much?
It's boring. Yeah, it's too much.
You could be
It's
too
boring.
You could be too famous.
I wish to don't be so famous.
Really?
Really. It's boring. Trust me.
But if I said to you, all right, Cristiano, you can have all the success as a footballer you've had,
Yes.
but you're going to have no fame.
Oh, I will sign.
You would?
Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. 100%.
Fascinating.
100%. I never want to be famous. Never. I want to have successful. I knew it since the beginning when I was young that I will be let's say a star. But to be so famous, I never want it. It's boring, trust me. But it is what it is. I will born in that way, so.
You're the most famous and the richest and most successful footballer in history.
Not bad.
Cristiano,
Thank you, Piers.
brilliant to catch up with you.
I wish, listen, to don't do it interview with you in 3 years,
Yeah.
I want less.
Okay.
But before, you will do it interview with my CEO.
No, definitely. No, I think you would be a great interview. I totally agree. That your story together is unbelievable, and I will do that. And I think my next interview with you could be.
We can do something, imagine, me, you, Sir, Mr. Trump,
Yes,
in one table.
yes.
Imagine. Will be fun.
I think this is a great idea.
Different.
Yes,
like around
At the White House?
will be even better.
Why not? You've got to play.
Imagine.
I haven't even got to buy an air ticket.
No problem.
I'll come with you.
Something different, beautiful, good conversation.
I think he would love it.
I mean,
To promote the World Cup in his country. What could be better?
oh, look,
Right, I'm going to make this happen.
something. Okay, perfect.
But make sure if I do make it happen, you don't cut me out, all right? We have a
Listen,
deal?
you are part of the family.
We have a deal?
You know that.
Cristiano, great
Thank
to
you
see
very
you.
much.
Send my best to all the family.
Thank you. Thank you, Piers.
And congrats on the forthcoming marriage.
Thank you.
That's a
Thank
big
you very
moment
much.
for a man.
Thank you.
And if you need a best man, you know where to find me.
Okay.
I'm good with speeches.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Perfect.
Exactly 3 years ago, I sat down with Cristiano Ronaldo for what I would humbly describe as one of the most seismic interviews in sporting history. The whole world saw it, and the whole world knows what happened next. Ronaldo's become football's first billionaire, the apex of a sporting revolution in the Middle East. For all of his many critics, he continues to command global attention, and he continues to bang in goals. This interview was very different to our last one, but no less compelling. By his own admission, it's the most revealing personal interview he's ever given, and as usual, he's given us all plenty to talk about. I've assembled a star panel of sporting luminaries to give me their verdict, and we'll hear from some special guests along the way. Well, joining me now is the beIN Sports anchor, Richard Keys, the Sports Illustrated correspondent, Henry Winter, and the journalist and biographer to both Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, Guillem Balague. Well, welcome to all of you. Let's start with World Cup ambition, chaps, because it was quite interesting for me, certainly in the moment, to hear what Cristiano said about the upcoming World Cup, which of course is in the United States and Mexico and Canada. Let's take a look.
If you ask me, Cristiano, is a dream to win the World Cup? No, it's not a dream. But to change this story, the history of Portugal, to say if Cristiano will the World Cup, will be no, this doesn't make sense for me. I win. We won 3 titles for Portugal history. Before Portugal never won nothing. I'm glad, I'm so happy.
You would love it, Cristiano, to win the World Cup.
Yeah, but not obsession.
No, I understand what you're saying.
I swear for my kids.
But I still think that image of you, if
I
you
don't
could,
agree. I'm not agree.
Really interesting.
Yes, no, I'm not agree. Because Portugal never won World Cup. Yeah, but they can win. Yes, we're gonna fight for that. But
it shouldn't define you as a player.
no, we define with 14 years old or 41 to define what? To define if I'm one of the best of the history. To win one competition, 6 games, 7 games. You think it's fair? It's not fair.
So, Henry Winter, let me start with you. I thought it was a very interesting response by Cristiano, because it almost looked like he was trying to get ahead of what may happen in what will almost certainly be, you never rule out anything with him, but probably will be his last ever World Cup. And that if Portugal were to come up short, he doesn't want his failure to ever win the World Cup with Portugal to be something that diminishes his legacy. Is he right to sort of put that marker in the sand, do you think?
I think I can understand that. There's a lot of sand around him. So, inevitably. I found fascinating coming through your interview, Piers, was how much everything is performance related, whether it's on the field, whether it's off the field. And he very much views his achievements through the prisms of what he has achieved in terms of trophies. And I think most of us would agree that he is in the top 5 footballers of all time. But I just think the World Cup, I mean, you would put Pelé at number 1, you would put Maradona in there, you would put Messi in there, and then we can have an argument over 4 and 5. But because of that World Cup, it is so huge. And I think that, I can understand his attitude and what he is doing with Portugal, who are not the biggest country in the world, absolutely overachieving with them. What is it, 160 goals in 225 appearances, 2 in his last international, I think, against Hungary. It is phenomenal what he's doing. But to actually achieve that, which Messi did last time, I'm sure he's driven by that for the World Cup at 40, 41, which is goalkeeper country. So for him to do it as an outfield player pushes him higher up the rankings.
Yeah, well, we're going to come to the Messi and who's the GOAT of football debate in a moment. But Richard Keys, this thing about the World Cup, it's going to be massive next year. It could be the breakthrough moment that America has often promised but never delivered with what they call soccer. And Ronaldo and Messi, they will both be there as enormous figureheads because Messi's already in the country and Ronaldo will go there with Portugal. How important is it, do you think, to Ronaldo's legacy, given that Messi has won a World Cup? Does it matter whether Cristiano wins one or not?
Can I just say, first of all, Piers, that I thought he was self-effacing, occasionally funny, very honest, a little ego-driven, but then that's all right because we all are. And he certainly threw some big names around. And I'm talking about the interviewer, not Cristiano. I thoroughly enjoyed the interview, really. I don't agree with Henry. I don't think he's got to win he won't win the World Cup. Let's get that straight. Portugal are not going to win the World Cup. And I don't think he has to win the World Cup to be considered one of the greats. He is, without question, now. I do agree with Henry that he is one of the top five. But in my five, you see, I'd put a guy called George Best, who played in a very different era, never went to a World Cup, would never, ever have dreamt about going with the country that he represented. Cristiano has done everything he needs to be considered, as I say, one of the very best footballers of all time. You have him out there on his own. I'm not sure. So forget that. As regards, you see, with Messi, I think Qatar was perfect for both Argentina, who, again, Cristiano is right. You would expect to see a country of that size, but they have done twice before Messi did here. But it was a tournament set up for Messi. And when I say that, I mean no travel. He checked into a hotel at the start of the tournament, slept in the same bedroom and bed until the end of the tournament. And I've discussed this with Arsene Wenger, who agrees. If he were playing, and he is, but they won't have the same impact with the travel between perhaps Canada, Mexico, America. The travel is a massive factor in these tournaments. Henry knows, he's done it, Guillem too. This was perfect. So Messi wins a World Cup. I don't wish to belittle the achievement. I'm not doing that. But he wins a World Cup that was perfectly set up for him. Cristiano is not going to have that run in his favour. He's going to have to just go in and mix it with the rest of them. He's been magnificent. Kenny Dalglish always said, the debate came up, Messi, Ronaldo. He'd always say, I'll take the one you don't want. For me, it's always been Cristiano because he challenged himself everywhere in the hardest league in the world and conquered it. In Spain at a time when Real weren't at their very best and conquered it. In Italy and conquered it. Messi didn't do any of that. Cristiano, for me personally, as I say, one of the top five. But of the two, I would take him anytime.
Very interesting. Well, Guillem, let's come to you on that, specifically on that debate. Let's take a listen to remind ourselves what Cristiano said about the Messi debate. There's a raging debate, right, whether Messi is... I say Messi's not even the best Argentinian. Maradona was better than him.
How many World Cups win Argentina before Messi? How many? I don't know. 2 times?
Yeah, maybe 2, I think.
Yeah, but it's normal. These countries, they are used to win big competitions. Brazil, if they win the World Cup, they will surprise the world. No. If the Portugal win the World Cup, which is possible, they will shock the world. Yes. But in my mind, I don't think in that way.
You know, he's made it clear to me that he said in the last interview I did with him that the best footballer he's ever seen, he said, was Messi. But he believes he eclipses him. And actually, I think for many of the reasons that Richard just articulated. And when I had dinner with him the first time I interviewed him, about 7-8 years ago now, Guillem, we sat outside a beautiful restaurant, Turin, and we were talking about this. And he said, look, there have been a lot of footballers who've reached the level of him and Messi, but only for a few years. And he cited people like Ronaldinho, R9 Ronaldo, and so on, George Best, Paul Gascoigne. And I think it was a very compelling argument. He said, look, the reason I think that Messi and me are out there, we've done this for 20 years. You could add Pele to the mix because he won 3 World Cups and was clearly had the longevity. But I do think longevity is an important factor when you determine who is the GOAT of any sport, actually, whether it's, Djokovic in tennis, whether it's, Michael Jordan in basketball. The GOATs don't tend to be the ones, Tiger Woods in golf, they don't tend to be the ones who only do it for 3 or 4 years at the very peak. So he accepted to me that there have been players who've played at their level, but not for 20 years. And I thought that was an interesting criterion. Where do you sit? You've done books on both Messi and Ronaldo. So when push comes to shove, Guillem, who's the greatest?
I also did a book on Maradona, and I think the most controversial thing that was heard in the interview was you saying that Maradona should be ahead of Messi.
Okay,
no
but wait
way.
a minute. Wait a minute. I'm going to play you. You've teed up me perfectly for a clip from Fabrizio Romano, the king of transfers. Listen to what Fabrizio gave me a video which said this.
Hello Piers, Fabrizio Romano here. I wanted to say congrats on your interview. It was fantastic. So always a pleasure to hear from you and Cristiano. For me, the GOAT is a different conversation. And look, while I'm recording this video, I'm in Napoli, my city. I was born here. And in Napoli, I don't know if you've ever been here at a football game or around football things, but in Napoli there is only one thing that goes beyond life, beyond football, beyond sports, and is Diego Armando Maradona, considered like God. But the Cristiano Messi conversation remains fantastic to follow. Congratulations on your interview. Here we go. I will see you soon. Ciao.
Pretty clear there, Guillem, that he agrees with me that Messi's not even the best Argentinian. It was the great Diego, who, of course, won 2 Serie A's in 4 years in Napoli, who've never won it before or since.
Fabrizio said, and I agree with this, that Maradona is God. Absolutely. Agreed. We're talking about a different discussion, which was the best player. And you were talking about longevity. Maradona lasted at the peak 2 years. When he was on decline, still won. But it was 2 years that he was at his best for different reasons that we know. In the case of Cristiano and Messi, I'll propose something to the three of you, see if you agree. Start with Cristiano. Cristiano, the best striker in history. Messi, the best player in history. Does that work? Because there is something that Messi has done, especially as he progressed towards his physical decline, which is to actually get away from the goal and see the picture of the whole pitch. And still be very, very influential. Ronaldo scores goals, so does Messi, but he does something else. So, you know where I think about this debate. I would say both of them absolutely extraordinary. I will agree, top 5, but Messi has got something that we've never seen ever before in the history of the game.
You know, Henry, we talked separately in the interview about him approaching 1,000 goals in football, which he's inevitably going to get to. And I suspect he'll be trying to time it for the World Cup. Because obviously he's got a healthy ego. That's what makes him what he is. I suspect Messi does quietly. You know, he probably wakes up every morning and thinks, yeah, I'm Lionel Messi, and bangs his chest. Why wouldn't he? But in terms of this, it's a perennial debate. For you personally, let me give you a scenario. It's a wet Wednesday in Stoke, the fabled wet Wednesday in Stoke. It's pouring with rain. It's freezing cold, as it often is in Stoke, particularly at this time of year. And you've got to choose one of them to score to save your life. Which one is it?
I love the fact that any conversation about Cristiano Ronaldo inevitably just goes into a debate about who is better. Messi or Ronaldo. I mean, I've been involved in the Ballon d'Or for the last 20 years, and the two of them, and one thing we have to say, and I think all 4 of us will agree on, how privileged we are to be in the era of 2 of the greatest 5 footballers of all times. I mean, Guillem makes a really important point there, just coming back to the rainy night in Stoke. Poor old Stoke. I mean, to be fair, it does shine occasionally there, and you look at what another really good player, Lou Macari, is doing there in terms of lighting up the city with his community work. But I just think that if you had a choice between the two to stroke your soul, to really quicken the adrenaline, it would be the sight of Messi weaving through a defence rather than Cristiano Ronaldo.
But that wasn't my question.
As you say. So your question is who is going to win? I mean, I think...
No, who's going to score to save your life?
The tenor of your question is actually who's got the sort of the moral courage and the boldness and the ability, all those key components that makes the great players, and both of them are, to do it on a wet night in Stoke. And I don't think you can say that Messi, who I've seen get kicked absolutely to pieces, Maradona as well, 90, remember that. I covered that Brazil game in 90 in Turin, and he got absolutely kicked to pieces. But so Messi has got that courage to do it, whatever the rain. Unfortunately, unfortunately, he's the last one on the pitch to feel the rain. But I wouldn't have a problem with either of them taking a penalty, taking a free kick. It's probably equal. I would say in the air, Ronaldo would win it. So if it's a Ryan Shawcross flicked on header from a Rory Delap throw, then I would go for Ronaldo. But let's not belittle Messi, because what a player! And I would have him just ahead of Ronaldo in my top 5.
Yeah, and just to remind what I said earlier, when I had dinner with Cristiano, he said Messi was the best he's seen, but he said he's second after him. I think you've got to believe that. I think to be one of the greats of football, you've got to think you're the best, I think. Wait for a moment, panel. I'm going to bring you back in to respond to my next guest, who is Mark Goldbridge. He's the host of the United Stand, one of my favourite YouTube channels possibly in the world, Mark Goldbridge. Watching your insane ranting is extremely entertaining, particularly when Arsenal stick it to your lot. But specifically about Manchester United, I thought that obviously the last interview I did with Cristiano was pretty seismic in terms of leading to his departure from United. He made his feelings very clear about the club. And this time he was more measured, he was more temperate. I don't think he wanted to rattle as many cages. Let's take a look at what he said.
I'm sad because of the club, that one of the most important clubs in the world, and a club that I still have in my heart because of the obvious reasons. You have to follow with the intelligent people, smart people, to create a base for the future, as Manchester United have so many years ago. Nicky Butt, Kerry's, Roy Keane's, Beckham's. They become a big players, but they had youth. So Manchester United right now, they don't have a structure. We have all to be honest and look for ourselves and say, listen, they are not in a good path. So they need to change. And it's not only about the coach and players, in my opinion. It's
There's a young Portuguese coach there now, Amorim. What do you make of him?
He do it to his best. What are you going to do? Miracles? Miracles is impossible.
So, Mark, what did you make of what Cristiano said there about United?
I actually found it really enlightening, because I think the last interview he did with yourself, as much as he did say very similar things, I'm a massive fan of Ronaldo, but I did think walking out of Man United, there was an element of, it was a bit self-serving because he needed to cast himself in a good light. I think right now with Manchester United, we've actually had some good results. Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't need to grind an axe against Manchester United. So we need more people to do this. You know, I think there's more ex-players that should do this. I think there's a lot of United fans that will listen to that at a time when we're doing well and go, you know what, why is Ronaldo saying that there needs to be better structure or we're miles off? Because it's probably true. And he is somebody that obviously was there with Sir Alex and saw how good the club was. But he's also someone that's been there quite recently and has seen the structure years later and knows what it takes to win. And I remember some of the interviews when he was at the club saying that there's players at this football club that don't want to put the work in, that aren't Manchester United players.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, to be fair to Cristiano about the recent success that United have had on the pitch with a run of games, this was done just before that. But I don't think it would have changed his overview. His overview is not that United win 2 or 3 games on the bounce. He'd expect that. His overview is that United need to be competing for the top trophies. And he said in the interview that he thinks the Premier League has gone this season again for United. He's probably right about that. I don't think anyone expects United to win the Premier League. I think even you would admit in your most grudging, darkest moment that it's more likely to be won by my team. But we shall see. We've been the bridesmaid a lot, not the bride for a while, so let's see what happens. But I think he's right. And I think what he was shocked by, he said to me in the last interview, he was really shocked to go back to Old Trafford all those years later. And despite the fact, I remind people, he scored 24 goals in the Premier League and Champions League in that last full season he played at United. But he was shocked by how everything just seemed to be going backwards there. A club that was always on the front foot with Sir Alex, always looking forward, always changing, evolving, just seemed to be very static and going nowhere. And the infrastructure seemed light years behind where some of the other top clubs were. And I think that's what he believes is one of the fundamental problems. He also gave a clue there that, the ownership, he's not convinced that they've been probably playing a direct enough role, I think, in the way that United's evolution should be going.
Yeah, and I think, look, we're in a position at the moment, and I just for clarity, I predicted Arsenal would win the league before the start of the season, before it was fashionable. So, and I'd rather you won it than Liverpool and Man City, which I'm sure Cristiano Ronaldo would as well. But no, I think the timing of the interview is fantastic, I think, because I think you can be too positive when results are going well, and you can be too negative when they're not. And for many Manchester United fans, the Glazers still are the issue at that football club. And whilst they are there, I and many United fans do not believe that we can compete with the Arsenals and Liverpools. I think we need to get back into the top 5, but I think that probably is the ceiling of what Ruben Amorim can do. So when Cristiano Ronaldo says he can't work miracles, I think that's what he means. He's not saying that Manchester United can't get back into the Champions League, but can they be the club that he knew, that we remember, back in the 90s and the noughties? Not with this ownership. I mean, they're going to struggle to build a stadium, and they're going to spend a lot of money on that. And you know how that impacts a club like Arsenal did for many years. So I think Cristiano Ronaldo, I think it lands at the right point that, yes, United are improving on the pitch, but there is a barrier to getting Manchester United back to where they should be, which is competing at the very top of European football in the Premier League. And I think with this ownership, there's very many Man United fans that would agree with Cristiano. And I also think it shows his love for the club and how it does still live in the heart, because if he didn't care, why pass a comment on it? He doesn't need to. He's left Manchester United. He's a massively fantastic footballer. He's one of the greatest ever. He doesn't need to say something that will be deemed negative of Manchester United without meaning it. Yeah, no, I agree. You've been very measured and calm, Mark, in this interview. So it'd be remiss of me not to replay one of your less measured and calm moments. Let's take a look. When Piers Morgan says, you can look at the players he's been unable to handle at United, Cristiano Ronaldo, Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, it's always the top players. Oh my God, this guy is not just a Prat. He's not a turbo Prat. He's a terminal Prat. He's absolutely no hope for this guy. He is so condescendingly arrogant. How can you say he can handle the guys he brings in from Ajax who've never been on the world stage? Oh, would that be Lisandro Martinez, who's played for Argentina? What world stage are you talking about, Piers? You're an absolute Prat Morgan. How can you say nonsense like that? Just going to give you one chance here, Mr. Goldbridge, to admit that actually, with the benefit of hindsight, I was completely right. Well, I would have come prepared with some of your tweets about Mikel Arteta as well, but I did expect something like this. And I have to say, this is the beauty of football. We all get very, very passionate about it. Look, I will always put Manchester United first, even ahead of the great Cristiano Ronaldo. But in hindsight, you look at some of the... I mean, there was a lad playing for Real Madrid at left-back yesterday, Carreras. He was at the club. Ten Hag let him go. The Ronaldo debacle, he left. And also David De Gea being swapped for Onana. So in hindsight, I'm on a very, very... And I know you like your cricket. I'm on a very sticky wicket here. But it's a shame that Ronaldo left. And it didn't work out with Ten Hag, did it? And let's just leave it there. Well, Mark, it's great to speak to you. I'm a big fan of your work. I think it's the future of YouTube. That's why I do my stuff on YouTube. You've done some really interesting things, which we'll talk about another time, like getting the rights to the Bundesliga and putting it on your channel at the weekend and stuff. I think this is really smart. I think you're very engaging, very entertaining. Even when you're calling me a monumental Prat, I find it quite funny, as do my sons. So more power to your elbow, and let's get you back on again soon. No, pleasure to speak to you, Piers. I know it's the first time, and thanks for having me on. All the best. Thanks. Well, let's go to Richard Keys. Richard, Man United. Cristiano he does care, and he was more measured about what he said this time. But there's a burning, as there is with Roy Keane, with Gary Neville, with Paul Scholes, with all these guys, all the ones from the great Fergie generation. They're all frustrated that ever since 2013. They've not really been competing properly for the big titles, and they've had great managers come and go. Mourinho's been up there and Van Gaal and all these guys. Nothing seems to make any difference. What do you think the core problem is at United?
Just to answer the question that we left hanging, Piers, for me at Stoke on a wet Wednesday against the Tony Pulis team, particularly Cristiano, all day long.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Absolutely. As for Manchester United, well, Cristiano going back should not have happened. It was a vanity signing. I'm not saying going back is a bad thing and it can't be done. David Moyes did at West Ham and it turned out very well. He's gone back to Everton. There are other examples of people going to football clubs they've previously represented, and it has worked well. But Cristiano went into it was a nightmare for him. The club, if Mark's happy with 3 wins and a draw, okay, but that's a long way from where Manchester United should be. And I think Cristiano perhaps should have looked around a little bit more closely at what had been left post Fergie, and maybe just swerved it. I've said previously, and not many agree with me, but I think that the manner in which it fell apart didn't necessarily disappoint Fergie a great deal. I cannot for a moment think that he would have wanted someone to go in and do better than he had done, which in itself would be a very difficult thing to do. But the team that won it last for him, his last title-winning team, was bang ordinary. Bang ordinary.
Yeah,
they were all a centre forward and Scholesy coming out of retirement in the January were the 2 factors that got them over the line. We always say one player can't win a title. 2 did. And it was left to David Moyes, who was made a number of promises by United. And maybe if they'd had the courage to stay with him, it could have worked out better. But he was told when going in, you've got 2 years. And if we don't qualify for the Champions League in either of those 2 years, that's fine. But build as a team. And then Ed Wood lost his bottle and pulled the plug. And they've been chasing their tail ever since. I don't agree that it's the Glazers entirely that you point the finger at now. I think that the Jim Reaper has been there long enough to be the man that has to take responsibility for what's happening. That stadium that he has visions of, unless he funds it, that's not getting built. Nor should it. Why should the government help out? We've got one taxpayer stadium in East London at West Ham. We don't want 2. United, way off, Piers. Never mind the title this year and next year. And just to get on the bandwagon, I was one of very few like Mark that did think you'd win it this year.
Well, I'm gonna come to Henry and Guillem about this because we're actually about to be joined by a pretty special guest, actually Ramon Calderon, who's the ex-Real Madrid president, who signed Cristiano Ronaldo in 2009 for what was then a world record £80 million. And you've got to say, I mean, Henry, we're just waiting for Ramon to come on. You've got to say it looks pretty cheap now, doesn't it? 80 million for what Ronaldo then did at Real Madrid.
Yeah, I mean, you've got £80 million player sitting on the bench at the moment in the Premier League. I mean, it was one of the great signings. And I mean, Manchester United, we're sorry to see him go. I mean, Michael Carrick talks very sort of respectfully about turning up at training at Carrington to find a young Ronaldo already there with weights around his ankles, weaving in and out of cones, building up that strength. And also then that gave him that sort of a lightness, almost psychologically on match days when the weights came off and he could go and terrorise another fullback. So, I mean, his performances there were sensational.
Yeah, I'm going to be joined. Just wait for me, panel, to respond to this. Ramon Calderon is joining me now. Ramon Calderon, great to have you on Uncensored. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. My pleasure to be in that program.
And how significant was it, do you think, in the history of this great club, Real Madrid, to sign Cristiano Ronaldo in 2009 for what looks now to have been the bargain of the century, £80 million?
For us, it was something very, very important, very relevant, one of the best players we've had. It's true that at the time, it seemed a high amount of money. It was 94 million euros. But it's true what you've said. Nowadays, it's very cheap. What he did, 9 years here, Champions League, Ballon d'Ors, he helped to increase our history. So for us, very important. And his legacy, in my opinion, has been not only the joy and the happiness to our fans and the fans where he's been. But to show to the young football players and young people in general that to have talent and skill is not enough. You need to add what he did is discipline, perseverance, determination, sacrifice, everything he's been doing all his life and he did here to know that he did the best he can. And for us, it was something very important and the fans loved him.
Ramon, you've previously said you would have loved to have signed Lionel Messi. We've been having a debate before you came on the show about the Messi v Ronaldo debate. So let me ask you the question I asked the other panel members. If you had to choose one of them to score a goal to save your life, which one would it be?
It's not easy. Both are among the best players of the football history with different features. I think if you think about Messi, you think about creativity, you think about inspiration, naturalness, improvisation. And if you talk about Ronaldo, it's speed, pace, ability to score goals with both legs, good header, helping the defense, the team in defense. So different players. And I would like to have both if I would be able to.
But you're dodging my question, Ramon. If you had to choose one to save your life by scoring a goal, who would you trust your life with more?
I have to say Cristiano. It's not only because it was part of our history and I was able to sign him. I'm very proud of that. I didn't do anything special. I'm not the one to be credited for that. I was the president of Real Madrid at that moment. He wanted to change, and it's true. He told me in 2008 when he was going to come that he was very grateful to Man United, to Ferguson, to the fans, to the club directors. They managed to give him all he had at that moment, but he wanted to change. And it's true that coming to Real Madrid for them was a different experience. He had the opportunity to increase his image, his reputation, to get personal and collective awards. So I think Cristiano, for me now, is the best. But I wouldn't say that Messi is not as well one of the best players of history.
But for you, Cristiano's number one?
Well, I'd say it is. But it's difficult to say who is number one. I think they made better each other. It was lucky for fans and for them to be playing in the same league, in rival teams. That was perfect for both of them. And they made each other better. And as I said, we were lucky to have them at the same time.
Yeah, I think, Cristiano said that to me, actually, a few times, that he felt the competition between them brought out the best in both of them and raised them to higher levels. And I think that is indisputable. I think there's a great respect between the two of them, actually. But I'm with you, Ramon. I think if it was a wet Wednesday on a cold winter's night and I had to pick one of them to score a goal to save my life, I'm going Cristiano. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Bye-bye. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Guillem. It's a great debate, Guillem. We're never going to get, obviously, a definitive answer, but very interesting, I think, to see the importance that he attached to that signing, and also how Ronaldo, I think it's another thing about him, and I think Messi has it too, but the constant desire to improve themselves and evolve as players. One thing I wanted to ask you before we've been joined by Emily Austin, who I'll come to in a moment, but just Guillem, another thing that Ronaldo said was about the calibre of the Saudi league. When he first went there, a lot of criticism, mockery, it's not a real league, it's a farmers league, and so on and so on. Obviously, as more and more top players have gone over there, and some quite younger, very good players have gone over there now as well, clearly the standard's improving. Let's see what he said about it and then get your response.
Year by year, I scored more. Even in a bad year, I scored 25 goals. If I play in Premier League now, in a top team, I will score the same.
Well, the last season you played, full season.
Easy.
For United.
If you have a good team with 14 years old, I will score the same. I don't need to speak because they can say whatever they want, but the numbers they don't lie. They can say Saudi League. They never been here. They never play here. They don't know what to run with 40 degrees. They don't know. And they should count even. They should count like the goals to be the top scorer, the golden ball. Why they don't count Saudi League? Why? Listen, I play everywhere. Everywhere. For me, it's more easy to score in Spain than score in Saudi.
So, Guillem, you're the perfect person to answer. He thinks the Saudi League is now better than the Spanish League.
Well, if he thinks he's the number one in the world ever and he plays in that league, obviously that is something that goes for that league. I'm not sure it's easier to score in Spain than it is to score in Saudi. There is obviously the fact that there is a lot of talented players heading that way, and he makes a very, very good point. I hadn't even thought of it. Why don't some of those players are considered for the Ballon d'Or? We're too Eurocentric in the way we look at that trophy. But in any case, I still long distance between the Saudi League. I would even say that the French League, which he considers inferior, and he's putting it close to the Spanish League, because it's not just what you see, it's what's behind the scenes. And you're absolutely right. There is a lot of improvement being done, a lot of investment on directors of football. Some of the best people in offices around the world are in Saudi. And of course, coaches, players, the infrastructure has to improve. The competitiveness have to improve. The spectacle has to improve as well. More fans, more commercial deals being done through it. There's a lot of room for improvement. But the jump they made in the last 5 years is absolutely incredible. But we're not, I don't think, at the level that Cristiano is saying.
Well, OK, let's go to Emily. Emily, welcome back to Uncensored. An unusual topic for you and I to be discussing here, but it concerns the aesthetic qualities of Cristiano Ronaldo and David Beckham, arguably the two most famous football players in the history of the game, because they live, of course, in the internet era, the social media era, which gives them an advantage over perhaps people from the past. But this is what Ronaldo said about their respective aesthetic qualities. Do you think you're better looking than David Beckham?
Depends.
Are you more handsome?
Depends, because for me, the looking is not only the face. The looking, it's all package.
Like this?
If you put me, not anymore, but imagine Cristiano.
Yeah.
Not Cristiano, a normal guy. With the Speedos, red Speedos, in a Copacabana, to drink coconut water. You think I'm not going to have a chance with nobody? So
But come on, you and Beckham, you're walking across the Copacabana for, say, 10 minutes. Who gets the most attention?
Not famous?
Not famous, just your bodies.
Me. 100%.
I knew it. I knew it.
Come on, Piers.
I agree with you. So, Emily, imagine you're on the Copacabana beach in Brazil. You've got Ronaldo and Beckham walking along in their tight Speedos, as he put it. Which one are you giving more attention to?
Before I answer this question, I want to just preface by saying that Ronaldo is so right. If a man is physically a 10, but his attitude or his aura is not, immediately, I promise you, our eyeballs will deceive us and he will go down in the ranks. With that being said, everyone's going to hate on me for this. David Beckham is hotter than Ronaldo. Like, physically, if I were to just judge on looks and not personality, David Beckham just gives me more of a mature look, which to me I find more attractive. But David Beckham also gives me very arrogant vibes. And like, Ronaldo knows he's hot, but he's still kind of humble. Beckham is like, I know I'm hot and I think I'm hot. So with that being said, I'll give Ronaldo overall, like he said, the whole package, he's more of a 10 with his aura and his physicality. I mean, his abs look like a washing board. That's not normal. Yeah. I've never seen anyone more fit than Ronaldo, but in the face, I'm going with Beckham.
And by the way, you need to describe him as Sir David now, following his knighthood yesterday.
Whatever. I'm an American. I don't have to.
Richard Keys, you're obviously a fine-looking specimen of a man. Do you agree with Ronaldo? Is he basically, in terms of full package, the hottest footballer that's ever walked the earth?
My judgment is probably based on David's such a charming individual. I mean, he's a lovely, lovely guy. Cristiano, I think it's come across during the period of time we've all been together. I'm an enormous fan. I would have to go. I think he's right, Cristiano. I look at the other guys on here. I mean, Henry Winter, Henry, Cristiano, David Beckham, tight. Guillem, Balague. I think we're all of the same opinion.
Henry's got. Well, of course, I actually have a pinned tweet on my now X account, which is from the first interview we did, where Cristiano talks about me having good abdominals, and it's only a 10-second clip. It's had nearly 200 million views, which means there are 200 million people out there who genuinely think that Ronaldo, who has without any doubt the best set of abs probably in the history of the planet, actually they genuinely think he was admiring my abdominals. Henry, you've got a face of a man that thinks, I never thought I'd ever be on a football panel talking about male aesthetics or abdominals. But do you have a view about Beckham v Ronaldo on Copacabana Beach?
Only they've got a ball at their feet and they are juggling it. And I've seen Beckham on Copacabana Beach. Actually, it was Ipanema Beach, to get technical, and he was juggling the ball, and it was magnificent. But I have to say, and it puts English football into perspective, there were 10 Brazilian kids around him who were doing even more extraordinary things with the football. So, if you want to leave me out of the hello-style beauty parade between the two of them, I just admire them as footballers.
Guillem, do you have a view? Are you with Team Beckham on the aesthetics or Team Ronaldo?
For me, Cristiano has got the beauty of a statue, a little bit cold. And David Beckham is a layered portrait of Francis Bacon. There's beauty around it, there's aura. There's something special about David Beckham. When he enters a room, he just attracts the attention of everyone. Cristiano stamps the floor when he walks in, so you know he's coming. There's a difference.
Guillem, I should have known that the poet of football like you would have come up with such a brilliant description of their two aesthetic qualities. So congratulations on bringing Francis Bacon into the debate. I wasn't expecting that little sidewinder. Talking of beautiful people, beautiful men, Emily, let's turn to Donald Trump, because Cristiano talks about Donald Trump in a pretty positive way, actually. He sent him a shirt saying he wants to play for peace. He wants to go see him at the White House. He wants me to help engineer that debate. Let's take a look at the clip of what he said about Trump.
It's one of the guys that I want to sit to have a nice talk. It was one of the guys.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Here, US, wherever he wants. I know he was here in Saudi with our boss, MBS. I wish one day to meet him, to sit with him, because he's really one of the persons that I really like him, because I think he can make things happen, and I like people like that.
I think he'd love to meet you.
Perfect. He's a
you're the two most famous people on the planet, right? You're the most followed person on Instagram. He is the most famous probably human being.
We will do it a debate for the world. Who is the most famous, me or
Donald Trump?
President Donald Trump.
What do you think?
In the world.
What do you think?
Me.
Really? That is a really interesting, but we'll come to about the Trump meeting. But it's actually a really interesting question, because I've always said the most famous person in history has to be from the last 25 years, because it has to be somebody from the internet generation, because that's how people have become genuinely globally famous. There were very famous people 1,000 years ago that most of the planet didn't know anything about. They've become famous through history and so on.
Right.
On that point, Emily, it's actually quite interesting when you think about it. Who is more famous, do you think? Cristiano Ronaldo. He has by far the most followers on Instagram in the world, even more than the Kardashians, way more than Messi. I think he's like 20% ahead of anybody else on Instagram. That's a pretty good indicator of fame. He's got 650-odd million followers. Does that make him the most famous person on the planet, or do you think Trump edges it?
Well, first and foremost, I need to clarify what I said 5 minutes ago. After hearing Ronaldo talk about Trump, he's officially the hottest guy in the world. Okay, moving on from that. The fact is, Ronaldo has more social clout. Now, I'm not denying he's famous on the streets. This man can never live a normal life, ever. He is that famous. However, I don't know if there is anyone on this earth that has access to basic media whatsoever that does not know who Donald Trump is. So I would say that Trump has more street clout. Everyone's always talking about this man. Arguably, if you don't care about football, right? If you don't care for it so much, I'm sure you still know who Ronaldo is, but let's say you don't follow sports at all. I wouldn't be surprised if someone doesn't know who he is. But someone who doesn't care about politics, you will still know who Donald Trump is. So I would say Trump is probably more famous in the general picture. But when it comes to social media, how many people keep up with Ronaldo on like a day-to-day basis, especially now with his YouTube channel? I'd say he's more socially famous, especially amongst Gen Z. Like, he's always going to be the legendary Ronaldo, but Trump is different. Like, Trump is the human being. I would say he comes once in a lifetime, but I think he comes once in eternity. There is nobody like Donald Trump on this planet. And even Ronaldo recognizes that.
My daughter, who's 13, summed him up best. She said, Daddy, I keep hearing you talk about Donald Trump as being a unique character. She said, do you think there's such a thing as being too unique? Richard Keys, you've maintained a stony face. Yeah, well, Richard, you've maintained a stony face since the Trump word was mentioned. You're not a massive fan of the President of the United States. So what did you make of what Cristiano said about him?
I agree with Cristiano. I think Trump is more infamous. He will be forgotten far more quickly. I think we will be talking about Cristiano as football people and sports fans for a long, long time to come yet. Just one thing on the interview, Piers, that I did want to mention. And by the way, terrific, to be serious. It really was. It was, if we had firesides in this part of the world, it's the sort of thing I'd expect to see two guys just sat in front of a fire, relaxed in each other's company, clearly enjoying each other's company. It's a really, really good watch. But there was just a moment, and I think the most illuminating part of it for me was when he said, you know, I don't want to be famous. And I get that. I really do understand that, because there's an enormous price to pay. He talks about his cars, 41 cars, 42 cars. He never drives his cars. He can't drive his cars. He can't shop and get bread. And it reminds me of a way in what happened to Diana, who used the press. You were there. You were part of it. You understood it, to elevate herself into a position of influence. And then when she got there, really didn't want the attention anymore. Well, it doesn't work like that. And I fear for Cristiano that at 40, the rest of it could be an enormous void. What do you do? I know he talks about real estate and his CEO and you know, gaming and all these things, but real life is very, very different. I think David's found a space for himself. I think he enjoys being in the Cotswolds and farming, and you know, he's got Miami as well. For Cristiano, that's my fear. It's great now. But and of course he needed the platform from which he's operated on to become the most famous man in the world. But there's an enormous pressure comes with that, and I do have some fears about the last 2 minutes of that interview when he talks about, I don't want to be famous, but it's too late. You can't go back now. Can't go back.
Yeah,
Piers,
I mean, Henry, I thought that was it.
Because I don't agree.
Yes, Emily. Yes. Yeah.
I feel like it's very easy to go off the grid, and yes, I'm including Ronaldo in that discussion. Hypothetically speaking, if he deletes his social media, if he deletes his YouTube, if he rejects interviews with Piers, which he'll never do, Piers, don't worry. But if he really wanted to go off the grid, honestly, there's no better place to do that than Saudi Arabia. Like, Piers knows very well, I'm in Saudi all the time, and it's a very relaxed, law-respecting, privacy-abiding place. If he really did get overwhelmed, I don't think he'd be in a Diana-type situation. I feel like he could disappear. And how many celebrities do we know that we just haven't heard of them? Because with the rise of social media, these celebrities that used to be predominantly TV and tabloids just haven't kept up. They're gone.
Yeah, you know, Emily, it was interesting. I actually had lunch with Princess Diana once at at the Palace, Kensington Palace, with Prince William. He was about 13. It was a fascinating couple of hours, as you can imagine. It was just the three of us. But she said, we're talking about her incredible fame at the time, and she was just in her 30s. And she said, there's literally nowhere I can go in the world where people don't know who I am.
Right.
She said, I could even go to an igloo in Iceland, and there'd be an Eskimo who would say Princess Diana. And she didn't say it with any sense of boasting. She said it with a sense of real, slight fear that this was going to be the rest of her life, where there would be no escape from being Princess Diana. And in the end, she died in tragic circumstances, obviously, which kind of doubled down, I guess, on those fears. But I think even if she was still alive now, there'd be nowhere she could go. People like her, Michael Jackson, Donald Trump, Cristiano Ronaldo, there's a kind of rarefied number of people in my lifetime who are just so famous, there is literally nowhere they could go. I've got to wrap up with the panel very quickly to Henry and Guillem. When you looked at the interview in totality, I got a feeling of Cristiano still has his burning desire to score goals, to break records, but he's also aware now of the ticking clock to retirement. What do you think post-football looks like for Ronaldo? Henry, let me start with you.
Ambassadorial role with the Portuguese FA. I thought it was very poignant, his comment to you about he finds it really difficult to watch television, and his humanity came out, and he kept on using the word peace. I mean, we've associated him with set piece, but I think this is the next stage. And he actually becomes, and just uses his huge global reach, as everyone's been saying, to go into the White House, to talk to Donald Trump, to use his sort of platforms to, without getting too Woodstocky about it, to actually spread the word. And people will listen to him. And the next generation will say, actually, yes, let's try and get on with our neighbours, different communities, different faiths, which he's reflecting in his lifestyle at the moment, and geographically. So, that gave me more hope for his future. He's not going to be a coach. I mean, they can appoint him manager of the Portuguese FA and put a good coach under him, but we're not going to see him at St George's Park or Largs doing his coaching badges. But I just think he is above that, like Beckham. And one of the reasons why Beckham got knighted, services to football, but also services to community and charity as well. And I hope we will see Cristiano go down that road as well.
Yeah, I think we will. Again, what do you think?
I think he's going to crash. Some of the words that he was saying to you in the interview about he's not going to find anything like football again suggest that even though he says the words and has been saying it since for the last 5 or 6 years, I'm going to retire soon, it's going to happen soon. I'm not sure he's ready. He's been in a running machine since he was 12. He was actually having to run to get the money so his family survive, and then it was about being the best, and after that it was about winning with the national side. There's always targets. Now, in a way, being a billionaire was a target as well, as we heard in the interview too, but I'm not sure he's prepared to actually stop a day where he doesn't go to training, a day where there is no game at the weekend. I don't think he's prepared, and he will need help, because he's now you've seen it. I've seen that world as well. He's the leader of that world. Everybody works for him. His family, they all have businesses related to him. Yeah. If he stops, who's going to be talking to him, or who would he have the faith and the belief of talking to actually say, I'm not well. I'm not happy. We'll see. I think he'll crash.
Yeah, I think he's going to find it very hard. He said he would cry a lot when the moment comes, and I think he's going to find it very emotional and probably very difficult. I totally agree. It's been his entire world since he was a young kid. But what a career he's had. And whatever he says, I think if he could win the World Cup, that would be the absolute icing on the cake. Guys, thank you. What a brilliant panel. Thank you all very much. I really enjoyed your contributions. Thank you all very much. Just want to end. I want to bring in the self-appointed HMRC of football, Karel Prince, who's been going viral for forensically fact-checking anecdotes shared by former professional footballers. And now he's got the receipts for Cristiano, or says he does. All right, Karel, welcome to Uncensored. Why is Ronaldo on your HMRC tax list?
Well, thanks for having me on, for starters. But the reason he's on the list is based on something he said in the second part of your interview, which was that winning the World Cup is not a dream. Now, Piers, as you well know, you've had conversations with him over the years. I've loved the interviews, by the way. They've been great. But even the last time you had a big sit down around the World Cup time, around his exit of Manchester United, you asked him directly, would that be the pinnacle of your career? Would it be a dream? And he confirmed it. And I found multiple other instances where he has also stated that. So that's why he's on the list. As much as I didn't think I'd ever have him on the list, that's what got him on there.
Well, we have got that clip you're talking about. Let's take a look.
I'm looking forward that we're going to do it amazing World Cup.
Would that be for you the pinnacle of your career, to win a World Cup with Portugal?
Piers, I dreamed one time about that.
Holding the World Cup.
Yes.
So, Karel, that was the clip, and you're right. I mean, his tone about winning the World Cup has changed. Maybe it's because he realises this may be probably his last ever World Cup, and he doesn't want people, as they did after Portugal were knocked out in the Qatar World Cup, I don't think he wants people to judge his entire legacy on whether he wins the World Cup or not.
But I feel like that's two different conversations to be had, whether you dream of winning a certain trophy or how that trophy defines your legacy. I think prior to 2022, you could argue that that could have been his trump card. If he wins 2022, Messi doesn't have one. He's undisputed number one. But of course, Messi went and won in 2022. So then now it's looking like a legacy defining thing. But I don't think it is. I said it in my video later on that regardless of what happens next year, the career that he's had, what he's done for his nation, people forget that all the trophies that Portugal have won, both Nations Leagues and the Euros, their only honours have come while he's in the national team. So he doesn't need to worry about that. I just don't like the fact that he said it's not a dream, because I know him as one of the most relentless, ambitious, determined footballers of all time. So to turn around and sound like you're giving up and then kind of devaluing the World Cup by saying, it's only 6-7 games. He's played at enough tournaments to know it means much more than that. And I feel it is still his dream.
I think he'd love to win the World Cup, but I think he's trying to temper expectations in case people say, well, he never won the World Cup, therefore Messi must be the greatest. Because actually, I do believe Messi's not even the greatest Argentinian. I think Maradona was, who also won the World Cup. Finally, Karel, of all the footballers you've held to account with your HMRC receipts, who's the biggest porky pie teller of the lot of them?
I would say that is potentially, it's got to be, I think, Carlton Palmer, to be honest. I'm not sure with the global audience that you have, they might not know who he is, but once you see that video, I feel like there was just too many instances in one sitting, and I could have made multiple parts about the lies that he's told. But I do have one question for you before I go.
Of course.
You're one of the most hard-hitting questions type of person. And I know in your interviews with Ronaldo, his two friends sat by the fire like the panel said before. But when he did say that, how comes he didn't push back on it? Considering he said
I did actually. No, if you watch it back, you'll see I did. I said, come on, Cristiano, you'd love to win the World Cup. But I found his explanation quite interesting. I was surprised. I do think he wants to win the World Cup. But then I realised what he was really doing. What he was really doing was setting down a marker that if they don't win the World Cup, it shouldn't be that surprising because Portugal is a relatively small country and has never won it before, whereas Argentina's won it multiple times. But also he doesn't want people to say, well, Cristiano Ronaldo's career, he was great, but he never won the World Cup, therefore he can't be considered the greatest. Because to me, and I agree with him, I think he has done enough to justify being called the GOAT of football. And I think the fact he's done it in so many countries, won so many titles in multiple leagues, I think that's what gives him the edge. I don't think it's about what you win with your country that defines you as an individual footballer when it comes to the GOAT category. But that's for others to debate. It's been great to have you on Uncensored. Thank you very much. And the debate will rage on. Keep up your good work, by the way. It's most entertaining.
Thank you for having me, Piers.